Champ, welcome back to the show.
Nice to see you guys. Thanks for having me back.
Tyson, it looks like Dillian Whyte is next for you. But before we get to that, how close did you come to a fight with Oleksandr Usyk for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world?
Very close. Last minute, AJ come back and wanted more money, so he scuppered the full deal, to be fair. Very, very, very crazy dealing with these guys. Not a pleasant time for me. Very messed around a lot, and just jokers, really, jokers.
Yeah, it's
say one thing and mean another.
It's something to see the biggest, best fighter in the division, who's also the champion and has mic skills, has the media on him and everything. It's funny to see that guy, that's you, having to call out all his challengers. It usually works the other way around, champ.
That's correct. But, you know, these days it seems like the heavyweights are all running scared. And after they saw me destroy Deontay Wilder last time out, I don't believe that they want a piece of the Gypsy King these days. You know, they all had a lot to say when they thought they wasn't getting these fights, i.e. Dillian Whyte. He's had a lot to say over the last few months since he's been a mandatory, about 2 minutes for me. He's going on, oh, Tyson don't want to fight me. He will opt to fight somebody else. All of a sudden, the fight's on his toes, and guess what? He's gone silent. And I've been calling his name out all over. He's hiding like a little scared rabbit, and I can't find him.
It must be frustrating because this is one of the better heavyweight eras we've had. If you look at the 70s, the 90s right now, you're a dominant heavyweight champion. But Deontay Wilder can knock down a building with his right hand. Anthony Joshua, you can make fun of him all you want. He's an Olympic heavyweight gold medalist. He knocked out Klitschko. He's beaten a lot of good heavyweights. Dillian Whyte is a top 5 contender, also with mic skills and knows how to promote. And a lot of guys in an interesting division. And you tweeted this photo earlier this week. Champ, here's the photo, and the floor, as always, is yours. The Wizard of Oz theme. What is that about, champ? I see Usyk as the... Go ahead.
You've got the coward, Dillian Whyte, the man who needed to go to the Oz to get the heart. You've got the old stiff robot, Anthony Joshua. You've got the scarecrow, the clown in Usyk. And you've got the little in the middle, Eddie Hearn. And then they're all coming to see Oz, which would be me. Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King. To get what they want.
Champ, you're coming off an all-time great trilogy against Deontay Wilder. In fact, there are things about that trilogy that are reminiscent of Ali Frazier. The first fight, Ali goes down in the last round, gets back up, doesn't win it. Same thing with you in the first fight. The second fight, Ali won pretty handily. Obviously, you won even more handily in your second fight. And in the Thrilla in Manila, Ali kind of thought, I got this. I don't have to worry about Joe Frazier too much. Didn't come in at his best and went through hell in the greatest fight ever just to barely beat Frazier. And it seemed to me in your third fight with Deontay, you came in, it seemed to me, little overconfident and were having your way early and all that, or had to really fight through trouble to beat him. How do you see that third fight? I haven't had a chance to ask you.
I wasn't overconfident or overcocky. I just had a lot going on in my life. And one thing, I had 22 months out the ring with COVID, which didn't help me. And two, I had a little baby daughter that was born 5 weeks before that fight, and she died. And we got her back to life again. But I was in the hospital, in the children's hospital in Liverpool, going through hell and back, watching over my newborn daughter and losing her, bringing her back to life and stuff like that. So for that training, that fight, I started training on September the 1st, and I boxed Wilder on October the 9th. Don't forget, I had to cross the sea as well. I'm trying to acclimatise, so let's face it, I didn't get much training camp for that fight. That's an understatement. But still, no excuses. He got what he got. He got knocked out cold, and it was an epic fight. It was probably better that way anyway, because if I'd have been match fit and active like I was in the second fight, I'd have liked the flow of him in a one-sided heavyweight battle, and it wouldn't go down as one of the greatest trilogies in the history of our sport. So I'm not complaining.
You know, the funny thing is, when Ali fought Liston the first time, he was having such an easy time. It's almost as though the boxing god said, what would happen if we took away your eyes? Could you still beat Liston without your eyes? And the answer was yes, he fought through those tough times. Could you still beat Frazier and Foreman when you're not at your best anymore? And in your case, another great heavyweight champion, both fights with Deontay that were difficult for you, both there were reasons that they were difficult. You say you don't make excuses. These sound like explanations. But you're also fighting a guy who might be the hardest puncher in the history of the division. He catches you, knocks you down, and you're forced to climb off the deck to beat him. In a way, is there any part of you that's kind of happy it happened that way because you got to prove yourself in a way that you otherwise would not have?
Yeah, you know, you never want to keep getting put down in fights to entertain people. It's not something that you plan to do, but it's a part of boxing, unfortunately. You get knocked down, you get back up, you carry on, you don't. It's one of them things. Heavyweight boxing, you can get hit at any time of the day and get knocked out. But I was happy with the way things went, you know. On the night, you've got to rise to the occasion.
Tyson, champ, would you
You've got
mind?
to rise to the occasion and make stuff happen when sometimes it's not there.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.